Here we go. Now I got it. Audio's on now. Just wanted to check it. I'm going to check one more thing. It's good that I monitor this stuff so I know it's not on. Here we go. Now I got it. Audio's on now. I have to make sure my audio is on there. Oh, it's odd. Very odd. Sometimes things are a little bit wonky. Oh, look at that, Inception. We're going to do one of those videos later. I'm just going to check what's going on here. Safari, how did that get changed to Safari? There we go. Alrighty, so the summit, the Final Cut Pro Summit is happening today. Everybody knows that, that's involved with the Final Cut Pro world. It's free. Make sure you register if you haven't already. Lee Lewis, good morning from Philadelphia. What's the temperature like in Philly? We got, let me just check here. What do we have here? 55 degrees. Very, very nice. Very nice. Greetings from Germany. Greetings from rainy Warsaw, Poland. Very, very cool. I'm so glad we could have this global community of Final Cut Pro editors coming together Let me just check one more thing. Coming together before the summit, have coffee. Everybody has coffee or tea, either one. Alan Nesbitt says, hi, Richard. Good sound and vision. Thank you very much. Actually, I want to turn. I try to turn the audio off when I take a gulp of coffee. I made coffee this morning. So what we're going to talk about this morning is the summit. If you have any questions about it specifically, they are greetings from Austria. Hi from Athens, Greece. We got a very, very wide community of watchers, listeners today. It's fantastic. Hi from the Cornwall, UK. So we in the United States on the East Coast got rid of daylight savings time last Saturday night, Sunday morning. So now the difference between the UK and us is 5 hours, I think. Roz says, good morning. I think it's 5 hours. It was 5 hours. I think maybe now it's 6 hours. I can't remember. I have to look them up every time before I post when the different time zones are. I have to look them up because I just, GMT, I use that a lot, Greenwich Mean Time. So here's something you might not know. When I was in Greenwich years ago, I was kind of surprised there is an actual physical dateline, in the ground in Greenwich. It's like a brass or something strip of metal, and it's actually the date line. On one side, you're in one date, and on the other side, you're technically in another date. So you could go back and forth, but it's actually a physical line in the ground in Greenwich. I was completely surprised. I just never thought about it. I thought it was just a geographical. Lots and lots of people watching this morning. Good morning from London, Ontario. In London. So are you excited about the summit? I am. This is my favorite week of the year as far as Final Cut Pro goes. Now, there's one thing. Let's look at this graphic real quick. If you notice this graphic, so in 2016, we got 10.3. This is around the Creative Summit. 10.3, 2017, 10.4, 2018, 10.4.4. We got 0, no update Final Cut Pro around the summit in 2019, and 0, no update around the summit in 2020. The question is 2021 going to be like 19 and 20? Or is it going to be like 16, 17, and 18 when we did get updates? A lot of people have been talking about having problems with Final Cut Pro 10.6. Now, from what I understand, 10.6 is being rewritten in Swift. So that could be part of the problem, but also part of the problem is Monterey, isn't it? Yes, it is. Absolutely. It's my first year attending. Congratulations. So it's my first summit this year. What should I expect and what sessions should I be looking out for in particular? Just go to the sessions that interest you. If you're interested in motion, go to the motion sessions. If you're interested in Final Cut Pro, stick to the Final Cut Pro. If you're interested in color correcting, stick to the color correcting ones. You know, one of the things, let me just see if this is here. Yeah, let's go over here a second. The program 2021. So today is, if you're not familiar with Final Cut, Motion in Minutes, How to Get Started in Motion, Mark Spencer, of course, Abba Shapiro, Why I Chose Final Cut, that's an actual panel. And then they got this break, which they've never had before. Now, this break is five hours long. So they go from, or 4 hours, I'm sorry, 2 to 3, and then 3 to 7 is a 4-hour break. Now that's probably for our friends overseas, but just whatever track you like. Final Cut Pro Mindset, Ask the Expert. Listen, they say it's free. Free means that Apple and OWC are paying for it, because it's not free. It costs money to put these on. Of course, you're paying the speakers, you're paying the bandwidth, you're paying Zoom, whatever. So the main thing is just enjoy yourselves. And then there's community events where you get to, on the Zoom calls, I think you can go into different meeting rooms and people can talk to each other. I'll be on a few of them. I won't be there all the time, but I'll be on a few of those calls. And it's not like the ones we had in person. It's not quite like those. But this is certainly the biggest Final Cut Pro event of the year because it's dedicated to Final Cut Pro. Not NAB, not IBC, not yada, yada, yada events, CES. None of those events. They're bigger, but they're not dedicated to Final Cut Pro. Now, if you want to be able to watch the events, if you're sleeping when they're happening, you have to get the VIP pass. And the reason is because, so Monday, everything's in one track. It's easy to follow along, except for this 5-hour break. So 7 o'clock tonight, Final Cut Pro for iMovie users. I won't be watching that because I'm not an iMovie user. This is over here, Final Cut Pro Beginner, okay? That's for the beginners. Final Cut Pro Mindset for the track-based editor. That, of course, will be interesting. If you're not familiar with the way Final Cut does things, join Mike Matzdorf, and he'll show you why it's a little different if you're used to track-based editors. Then at 9 o'clock, Ask the Experts. 9 o'clock is pretty late for me. It's pretty late. I go to bed, it's 8 o'clock, and I get up at 4 a.m. So 9 o'clock, we'll have to see how it goes. Lots of more comments here. Hey, Nathan McAvoy. A late night to look forward to on Saturday morning, as the live Apple sessions will be well after midnight here in the UK. The Apple sessions, you have to tune in live. It's worth staying up to see the Apple sessions. That's my opinion. Well, let me put it this way. In 2016, it was worth it. 2017, it was worth it. 2018, it was worth it. 2019 and 2020, they didn't introduce anything new. They didn't show us anything new at the Apple sessions. Of course, it's always good to see the Final Cut Pro team, but 2019 and 2020, there was nothing new in the world of Final Cut Pro. They had nothing new to show us. I don't know why. I'm hoping 2021, they have something new to show us. So here's a couple things. Number one, 10.6.1 bug fix should be out at any time. There's too many bugs in 10.6. That's completely understandable. It's brand new. If they're transporting it over to Swift, that's understandable, right? The other thing is, in my case, I got this beautiful brand new MacBook Pro that I absolutely love. It's by far the best MacBook Pro I've ever owned, but this thing comes with Monterey. So Monterey and Final Cut Pro 10.6 and a brand new MacBook Pro, an M1X, all three things. There's been a few problems, spinning beach balls and stuff. I've read other reports of people on 10.6 that said they lost undo. I found when you export for a computer, there's no longer a quality version. You only have, what does it say? I have it here on I saved the graphic. Let me see what it says. It says, computer file, it only says H.264 faster encode, not higher quality. Higher quality is gone now when you use a computer to make an MP4. used to have two choices, higher quality or faster encode, higher quality, faster encode. Now it's only faster encode. So if it's only faster encode, why even have that in there? Why have a choice that you have no way to adjust? Maybe it'll come back higher quality. But listen, if I was overseas, or if this was being held over in Europe and it was on, if Apple was on at 12 midnight, I would stay up. I would get up and watch it just in case either they introduce a new version of Final Cut Pro 10.6.1 or something else, or they show us a roadmap, which they did in 2017. 2017, they showed us Final Cut Pro. The year before, 2016, was 10.3. 2017, they showed us 10.4, but it wasn't out. It wasn't out for another 6 weeks or 2 months. So they showed us a future version of Final Cut Pro in 2017. 2018, they released 10.4.4 at the Summit, the worldwide debut of Final Cut Pro 10.4. 10.4.4 was the Final Cut Pro Creative Summit. So they've used the Summit to launch new versions of Final Cut Pro, and I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that they do something this year, either come out with 10.6.1 or a version with a couple of features, or they show us the roadmap of a version that's coming out in a month or two later this year. Here's the thing. There's absolutely no reason for them to introduce 10.6.1 if it's 100% bug fixes. That doesn't make any sense if they do that. So I'm hoping bug fixes, a new feature or two. Bug fixes, a new feature or two. So that's what I'm hoping. So Nathan says, and both options are still there under web hosting, so very likely just a mistake. It's not there under computer. Yeah, because I always choose the higher quality. Most of the time I choose the higher quality. It just doesn't take that much longer, especially on this bad boy. I got the top of the line MacBook Pro, 4 terabyte drive, everything else is top spec, 32 core GPU, 64 gigabytes of RAM, and I got space gray. You really can't tell it's space gray in here. It looks kind of like silvery, but I got the space gray. And I don't even use the fast charger. I'm charging with my OWC dock, which keeps it charged up. So I have the fast charger, and I certainly will take that to when I go travel, but I haven't even used it. Maybe when I first opened it up, I used it, but I haven't until then. So let's see what we got here. This beautiful backyard here on the fall of 2021 on the East Coast. On the East Coast of the good old USA, the grass is still green, but the leaves are coming down. If you see that one tree, the leaves are certainly coming down. I know that because I've been picking them up. Do you think it's likely there will be any particular exciting or useful new features, given the most recent update was only a new few weeks back and that was such a big update feature-wise? I talked about that on the other versions of these, and I said, are they going to repeat what they did in 2016, which is introduce a brand new version of Final Cut Pro with an Apple event with a new MacBook Pro, and that's exactly what they did. That announcement was for the Apple event, for the MacBook Pro event. I'm not saying that they are going to release a new version of Final Cut Pro. I'm just saying we'd like them to. Final Cut Pro team, I know you watch this. We know you watch this. So if you come on and you just show us 10.6, well, 10.6 has been out for 3 weeks. I've watched a dozen different YouTube videos and things. We kind of know what's already there. So just coming on and rehashing what we already seen is not as It's not as nice as you did in 2016, 2017, and 2018 when you had brand new versions. So I know, here's the thing why I say that. 10.6.1 is certainly ready to come out with bug fixes. I've seen too many bug fixes in bugs in 10.6, too many reports. I've experienced a few myself. So my point is, if you're going to release 10.6.1, it's due right about now, maybe Friday by the summit when the Apple team takes over. If you're going to release the bug fix 10.6.1, throw a few features in there as well. Throw a couple features in there so it's more exciting than just a list of bug fixes, because bug fixes are saying you didn't beta test it well enough. So in June of this year, they released Final Cut Pro 10.5.3. 3 weeks later, they released 10.5.4. That's the fastest turnaround they've ever done with a bug fix to Final Cut Pro. There's been a couple times when they released 4 and 5, 6 weeks after a major release, they released bug fixes. But my point is, if you're going to release a bug fix, throw us a couple features too, because this is Final Cut Pro Week. Final Cut Pro Week is more exciting if there's something new to talk about. Show us a roadmap for the next, if you can't do that, at least show us a roadmap for 10.6.2 that's going to be out in 2 months or later this year, first of the year, whatever. Give us something besides what we've already seen, because that's the past. That's my point. Whether they do or not, we'll have to see. Nathan McAvoy says it's time. So when I go to the summit, I film a lot of behind the scenes kind of stuff. Here's my coffee setup. This is what I have in my hotel room. I use an AeroPress and I have a stainless steel pour over kettle. I grind my own coffee and take it with me. And the reason I do that, across the street at the Juniper Hotel is a Starbucks. Right. When I get up in the morning, I don't want to have to get dressed and get ready to go out to get a cup of coffee. When I get up in the morning, I want a coffee in my room. So I bring it myself. Everything that I need, compact, as much as I can, the pour over kettle and stuff. And I bring it, so when I get up in the morning, I'm groggy, I'm just waking up, taking things slow, and I can make a cup of coffee before or as I start my day. That's what I do. Eric says, my prediction, new version of Final Cut Pro, including an iOS version. That would be pretty big, but I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think the iOS version is going to happen. At some point, probably, but I don't think it's going to happen at this particular summit, but who knows? I mean, could we be surprised? Absolutely. I want the Final Cut Pro team to show us something that we haven't seen before. Okay, we've already seen 10.6. We've had dozens of tutorials out showing the features of 10.6. There's only two main features, the face tracking and the iPhone 13 cinematic mode. So give us something new. That's what we're asking for. Give us something new. If you don't have it ready to release it, show us something that's coming out. That's what we're hoping for. Friday is Apple Day. That's the big day. Let me just see here. Here we go. So first day at the summit here is single tracked. Everything's single tracked. They have the 4-hour break right here in the middle. 4 hours. It goes from 3 o'clock to 7 o'clock. So that's 4 hours. I'm not sure why. Maybe for Europe. But on Tuesday, tomorrow morning, they have this track and this track. This track and this track. So you cannot watch and take in the information on two separate tracks. Can't do it. You have to choose this one or choose this one. Choose this one or choose this one. Then once again, there's a break. This one's not as long. This one goes from, this will be over at 3 o'clock, and then it picks back up again at 4:30. This is all Eastern Standard Time for the United States. So tomorrow there's only an hour and a half break. Chat with fellow creatives. I'll be there. I'll try to be there. And then 6:45, afternoon news, 15-minute check-in with Jeff. Summer Stories with Chicago, single track, and then we go back to the double track. Motion. Animating keyframes. Look, Ian Anderson's over here, then he switches to over here. He switches sides. It goes from orange to green, orange to green. I'm not sure how that works. So anyway, the point is, get the VIP pass. We gave away 2 passes, VIP passes, last episode of this show. And it's $149, but that's 6 days. You get to watch these videos at your leisure for 90 days after the event. I have one. I have a VIP pass. Now, it's $149. It's not that much. Divide 149 by 6, $20 a day, but you have your leisure. You can do what you want. You don't have to worry about, I missed this or I missed that. And then on Wednesdays, Mobile First, editing on the iPad, LumaFusion, Gimbals, Gear and Go. This is Sam Messman's wife, I believe. I believe that's Sam Messman's wife. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure it is. And then on afternoon, you have 3 things going on at once. 1, 2, 3. Designing vertical video. I won't be watching that one, that's for sure. I don't like vertical video. I'm not a fan. But a lot of people are, so that's completely fine. Thursday, 3 things. 3 tracks. You can't watch all 3 tracks. 3 tracks happening at the same time. 3 tracks. Get the VIP pass. What's today? Today is the 8th. You have it 3 days. It's for $149. This will be interesting. The Xsan to Store Next to share storage workflows on the set. So Xsan, I haven't heard that name for a long time. Xsan. And here we're back to singles and we're back to 3. You can't watch all 3. Get the most out of the summit. Get the VIP pass. It's $149. It's well worth it. You don't have to worry about it. You can watch what you want. You can sleep when you want. You can work when you want. And you have 90 days, 3 months to rewatch any of the sessions that you miss or you can't watch because you're working, because it's late at night, whatever. It does sound like a good idea. I'll look into the VIP. Listen, it's well worth it. Here's our friend Gert. Had to cook dinner, carrots and onions and meatballs. That sounds good. I like onions and I like carrots with meatballs. That sounds great. Gert says he has the VIP pass. There you go. Listen, I'm highly recommending it, and I'm not getting paid to say that. I say that because I believe in it. I think it's absolutely the best way to enjoy. All right, let's watch another video from our group of videos here. Let's see. Let me just pull one up here. Another video. So typically, this is the outside of the Juniper Hotel. I took a walk out there. This is from 2019. And then across the street was where all the shopping is. I get my half and half over there, and there's Starbucks over there. And it's really nice. My first year VIP sounds like it's worth it. So many sessions at the same time. Yeah, buy the VIP pass. Buy the VIP pass and just mention that you heard it from on our show, Final Cut Pro Radio, Final Cut Pro TV. Just mention that you heard it on our show so they know that we're selling some of these VIP passes. $149. $149. I mean, yeah, that's some money, but for what you're getting, 6 days of sessions and stuff. Now, here's the thing. That does not include Apple Day. Apple Day on Friday, any Apple presentations is not being recorded. You have to stay up or get up to watch that live. See if there's any birds out. Oh, look at that leaf falling down. Just happened to catch that one. I hope you have some coffee. I have mine. Very strong with cream. The way I like it. It's like espresso with cream. Actually, half and half. I like cream even better. I heard it on FCP TV Live. Wash hands. You wash hands if you use Premiere before you go back to Final Cut. That's an Apple Tech Note, in case you've never seen that. So let's go back to the web page here. Here we go. All these things. Here's the Apple Centric. Daily opening 11:15. The Blood Red Sky. Then we have what's new in Apple Pro Video, led by the Apple experts. I'm not sure what that means. 1 p.m., it says Apple. Apple experts. I hope they mean the Final Cut Pro team. I hope they mean the Final Cut Pro team. This is Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern. I think this is the Apple session here. Because it says Apple, led by the Apple experts. We want Final Cut Pro experts. We want Final Cut Pro experts. I don't want an iPhone expert. I want a Final Cut Pro expert. I think this is the session, 1 p.m. EST, unless they change it. That'll be fine, but you have to tune in live for this one. You cannot watch it after the fact. There we go. So that's the Big Apple Day. Now, we're starting, let me see, do I have that up? Yeah, here we go. So I'm logged in 2 months to the portal for Final Cut Pro Global Summit. You have connections, home. If you have any messages, they're over here. So I'm logged in, as far as I know. Upgrade to VIP. Normally $199. You get it register now for $149. Become a VIP today. 90-day access to all Final Cut Pro FCP Summit 2021 session recordings, $399 value. And you get one free copy of Final Cut Pro Efficient Editing, a step-to-step guide to smart editing with Final Cut Pro 10.5 by Ian Anderson. That in itself is $56. Access to top-rated sessions from previous summits with the best of Final Cut Pro recording bundle. Listen, you not only get this year's watch the sessions from this year, you get to watch the best of the ones from last year. Right? What a great deal. You also get Ian Anderson's book. $149. Come on. It's well worth it. Well worth it. Oh, look at this. VIP grand prize. $2,000 of these, I guess they're M credits, it says. All these motion VFX. So, listen. $149. I understand if you can't get it. That's completely understandable. Completely understandable. Garrett says he watched a nice video about rolls in Final Cut Pro on YouTube yesterday. It's fantastic. Rolls are very handy. I'm going to be curious. They have a mixer in Final Cut. I know that. So I'll be curious how they incorporate rolls when they finally bring that out. Agree. Love the dark brew with a bit of cream. I like strong dark brew, and I add the cream, and it tastes like chocolate. I really like it. They just sent a day one email. Fantastic. Welcome to day one of the Final Cut Pro Global Summit. Meet fellow attendees during the kickoff orientation. Email just went out. Fantastic. So I thought it was two hands clapping, meaning applause. I washed my hands multiple times today, still working with Corona rules here in the Netherlands. I understand. Torgrim says, lovely. VIP sounds tempting. It's beyond tempting. It's $149. Now, I understand if you can't afford it, but give up something. Give up some Starbucks coffees or something for a couple of weeks. Sell a piece of gear. It's worth $149. You get all that stuff. Starting on November 19th, you will be able to view all the FCP Summit recordings. You will receive an email with instructions on how to view and stream the high-tech videos. There you go. Fantastic. So we're back in the portal here. I'm in the portal over here. Let me pull that up. Made that too small. A little bit awkward. There we go. This is the portal. So it has welcome screen, upgrade to VIP. Announcements will appear here. Here we go. Recordings will be made available in 90 days. Here's the program. Kickoff orientation is 11:15, which is just about an hour from now. I'm going to get off here by 10:30, give everybody a chance. Now, here's something I recommend, because I've had problems myself. Log in to the sessions to make sure your email and password are working properly. I had problems myself going back and forth. It says it wasn't the right email or wrong, whatever. And I had to switch it and change it. So do that before the start. Do that before the start. That's my recommendations. Make sure you can log in properly. Does that sound like something? Of course it does. Of course it does. Let me pull this up. There we go. Turn this off, turn this on. The best way to be notified. Right here. YouTube.com, Richard Taylor TV. Subscribe over there. Subscribe over there. And then you'll be notified whenever I go live. That's the best way. Let me see if I have anything else here. Here we go. Like and subscribe over there. Now, we had a question. Question is, will we get another update tonight? If there's something that happens during the day, I'll come back on. We'll see. If you want me to come back on, just message me. Maybe I'll come back on regardless. We'll have to see. I'm not going to, like, for example, I'm not going to be coming on Friday, probably. Normally I do Final Cut Friday. I don't think so. Maybe I'll come on after the Apple event to talk about what happened there. Let me just go in back there and check that schedule. So the Apple event is, let me go back. Let me see, where are we? Global Summit. Oh, it's still there. Here we go. So the Apple event, let's see what time Apple comes on. Apple, what's new in Apple Pro Video? So what's new? 10.6 is not new, Apple. Final Cut Pro team, we know about 10.6. Give us something else. So that goes between 1 and 2 for about an hour. And then 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock. Maybe I will come in here. Maybe I'll stop in here to recap what happened here. I'll probably plan on doing that. So that'll be 3 o'clock, 3:30, maybe 4 o'clock Eastern. But once again, do the subscribe over there. Subscribe over there at Final Cut right there. Subscribe, youtube.com, Richard Taylor TV right there. And you'll be notified whenever we go live. I think the first day is for intro creators, or Jacob, if you are new to Final Cut. In other words, they are not going to talk about what a J cut or an L cut is. It's not that kind of intro. If you're new to Final Cut, I think is the main thing. We had Sam Messman on talking about it on Final Cut Pro Radio the last episode, and Jeffrey Orthwine. They're not going to talk about basic stuff. They're just going to be talking, if you're new to Final Cut, you don't know how it works in Final Cut, yes. That would be something that they might talk about. Let me just pull this up real quick. Turn that off. There we go. It's amazing. Let's see if this is the right one. Yeah, there we go. Pull that up a little bit higher. There we go. Yeah, so Jacob Rush says, click on it so you can see what it says the session will be about. It tells you. Absolutely. Creator's Best Friend for Final Cut Pro has an update in the App Store. Let's just check the App Store to make sure they didn't sneak out a update to Final Cut Pro while we're talking. Let me just see. The Creator's Best Friend, they did. Here's the two updates that I see. Creator's Best Friend, I'll update that. And Invisor Media File Inspector, I'll update that. Let those update while we're talking. Nothing for Final Cut yet. It wouldn't surprise me to see 10.6.1 come out this week or on Friday when the Final Cut Pro team is presenting. Once again, if it's just bug fixes, it can come out anytime. It doesn't really make any difference because they shouldn't be talking about bug fixes. Bug fixes were things that are wrong. They should have something new for us. But if they don't, they don't. I just wish they would. It's much more exciting. The Creative Summit's much more exciting when they have something brand new to show us or a new release. I mean, put out 10.6.1, put a couple of features in there so you can talk about a couple of new features. So the cinematic mode in Final Cut Pro 10.6, if you have a Final Cut Pro, if you have an iPhone 13, it's more than I initially thought it was. Initially, I thought it was one slider that blurred out the background, but it's not. It's like 3 or 4 different controls when you get to Final Cut Pro 10.6, but you got to have Monterey. It's more sophisticated than just blurring the background. They have a 4-hour break between morning and afternoon program. Some of the days it's 4 hours. And I said the same thing. Why is it 4 hours? I don't know. But I think it's because they want to shift some of the programming. Does that help Australia? I don't know. Normally when I do Australia, have Australians, Aussies on the Final Cut Pro radio show, I go on at 9:30 or 10 at night, and that's comparable to whatever time it is in the morning over there the next day or something. It's more reasonable. But or I'll go 8:30 in the morning, and it's like 9:30 or 10:30 at night over there. So maybe that's why the break. Maybe the presenters they wanted couldn't make it earlier. That could be it as well. Don't know. MacBook Pro. There's Final Cut Pro Radio HQ backyard. It looks pretty nice. The green grass is still there. The one tree is bare, as you can see. But Gert says, program runs until 5 a.m. in the morning here. I hope to sleep then. Absolutely. Glad I can catch up with the recordings. That's why you want the VIP pass. $149. I mean, listen. Normally, when we have the in-person Creative Summits, $1,000 for the in-person pass. That includes, a lot of times they have food in the lobby and stuff. You got to pay for your airfare. Let's say $500, that's $1,500. And you got to pay for the hotel. Another $500 at least, $2,000 normally to go to the sessions. And once again, you can't go to 3 sessions at the same time if they have a 3 tracks during the day. It's $149. $149. That's well worth it in my opinion. You get to see the presentations at your leisure. All right. Let's watch another behind the scenes video. Huh. Why isn't that working? That's bizarre. I hope it didn't crash on me. I think it'll be okay. Let me see if I can pull it up here. Some reason the video is not working. Let me see if I can pull it up there. There we go. That's it. Let me see what we got here. So this is from 2019. Well, that didn't work. Let me see. Here we go. Video. This is from 2019. You can be on camera now. You can be on camera now.
Nuisance.
Yeah, I know. No, I just can't say
Steve
anything.
Bays.
I can say thank you for letting me come.
But not more than that.
Oh, and that's it.
That's it.
Everything else is a secret.
And cut. Thank you.
Of course. Hey, Steve.
That was Steve Bays, who left Apple that year, and now he's independent. Let me see if I can get... Let me just pull something up here. I'm having a little bit of problems switching. Let me see what's going on there. Video. Interesting. For some reason, it clicks, things change. So when I have Stream Deck, I have this interface and I can configure. When I have Stream Deck, I can have this interface and I can configure all of the different buttons for different things. For some reason, my video one kept getting disconnected. I'm not sure why. Let's see if it works now. I think it will. All right, so let's see what we have here. This is from 2016. I was streaming live, and our friend from Australia, Ian Anderson, came over and showed me what Coremelt was doing.
Greetings, Richard. I have been summoned by Coremelt, who have your video playing of this right now. So if you'd like to build a feedback loop, you can come and film Roger playing this exact Facebook Live.
Is he?
Yes. Okay. So, here we are.
Whoa, what happens when you point to the net? Wait, we've got a bit of a delay, Wow, that's a long delay. It's not going to work because the delay's too long. How many layers deep can we go? This is Creative Summit Inception. Oh, wait, that was cool. Oh no, coming back.
So that was Roger from Coremelt and Ian Anderson, and I was streaming live. He was watching on the iPad, and he brought it over in front of the camera in the Inception. Did they record the sessions in the past so you could watch them later? Yes, they had even during the live events, I think there was a package you could purchase, or it was included where you could watch it up to 90 days later. So last year they did the exact same thing. Last year they did the same thing. So once again, that's weird. Once again, it's weird. It got disconnected. I'm not sure why, but they're getting disconnected. But that's all right. No big deal. Now let's do it. So this is our break. What's new in Apple Pro Video, led by the Apple experts? I'm not sure why they call it the Apple experts. I think that's the Final Cut Pro team. That's the big one on Friday. That's the one most people will be walking for. Hey, listen, this is free. You can register for free. If you don't want to spend $149 for the VIP pass, you can register for free. And once again, free means somebody else is paying for it. That's all. Nothing is free in this world. Saturday, once again, you got 2 tracks all day. There's a break from 3 o'clock to 6. And then there's all kind of stuff. Now, let me see here. Here's the portal itself. Let's see if there's any announcements. Recordings will be available. Upgrade now, absolutely. You have your connections, people that you know will be there. If you have any messages from people, it'll be here. So, this is the actual portal. I'm staying logged in. It's going to be 45 minutes before they go live, so we're not going to be on here too much longer, just a few more minutes. If you have any more questions, please ask them now while we got a chance. I'll be tuning in. What's the very first thing that we got? Welcome. Program. So the very first thing is kickoff orientation. Kickoff day 1 of Final Cut Pro Global Summit with some morning coffee and join fellow attendees and staff. So I'll be there. That's video stream. You can't log onto that yet, but 15 minutes, so at 11 o'clock, this will become join live or something like that. Participants. I guess that's people who are logged in now. I'm not sure. 15 minutes before each event, this video stream will be something like live or join us live or something like that. So back. So kickoff How to get started in Final Cut Pro in under 10 minutes. Oh, it tells you right there, 136 people. It's really small. 136 people are already registered or going to that. 126 are there. Motion in just minutes, how to get started in under 10 minutes. Video stream. Why I chose Final Cut Pro. Let's see, let's do it. I'm just going to check and see what Friday has for the Apple. So there's 153 are going to that. I'm not sure how they get that number. If you sign up specifically for that, or what the deal is. I'm signed up for the whole thing, so. But anyway, in 45 minutes, we'll be going live. The summit will be live. And one of the things I want to say, number one is, thanks to Future Media Conferences for putting this on every year. Thank you, the whole team. Thank the Final Cut Pro team. Thank you for making a great NLE. We all like it a lot. Does it need things? Yes, it does. Please keep adding things. There's some things that other NLEs have that we wish it had. So, and thank for all the speakers that are doing the Final Cut Summit, FCP Summit. Thanks for everybody who's participating in it. Craig Fuchs says, I'm loving my iPhone 13 Pro Max, 1 terabyte. Have you tried the LumaFusion add-on to save file in Final Cut Pro format? I have that. I bought that when it came out. Was it last year? No, 2019. Came out in 2019. Christmas 2019. I bought it then, so. When you click the plus sign on the left, on the right. Oh, there you go. Here's what it is. I think you add it to your calendar with the plus sign. Well, that's interesting. Let's go back and add everything. I'm going to add everything. Kickoff orientation. There. Oh, I see it. It changed. There you go. Maybe I'll go to this one. I'm just going to click a bunch of them. I see what they're doing here. For the track-based editor, maybe I'll click on that one. My friend Matzdorf. Maybe ask the editors. I might be sleeping by then. I have to see. But Friday. Live from Apple Park. What's new in Apple Pro Video? What's new in Apple Pro Video? Not what came out 2 weeks ago. It's not what came out 3 weeks ago. What's new in Apple Pro Video? If you're just going to show us the iPhone 13 and the MacBook Pro and Final Cut Pro 10.6, which is kind of new, that would not be as exciting for us as editors as if you introduced something new in Final Cut. If it's not coming out now, although 10.6.1 should be coming out because there's a lot of bugs, but hopefully it'll be, the bugs will be fixed, but more than that, throw a few features in there, slip a few in. You can slip a few in. It's not a problem. Enjoy the conference, everyone. Thank you for your input, Richard. It's good to have someone to link up. Absolutely. Notice agenda and my agenda tabs at the top. Absolutely. So listen, VIP pass, get it. $149. You have until the 11th. You don't have to get it before it starts because the recordings will be available. But get it. $149. It's really, really a good price for that. And once again, even though it's free, the basic one is free, it's not free. Apple is paying, OWC is paying, Future Media Concepts. None of this is free. This all costs money. The speakers are getting paid. Everybody's getting paid. Okay? VIP pass. Let me see what it says. Oh, there you go. My agenda. There you go. Why is only one thing there? Oh, that's because it's on Friday. That's why. My agenda. There we go. Good point. There's the agenda. There's your calendar, my agenda. Excellent. And our friend, lots of friends. Garrett, you are funny. 1063, not 1061. It's some extra points for the new features. 1062. I mean, remember 1049 came out in August, which was an odd number, and they added features for that. 1049. They added the whole proxy workflow thing. So, yes, they did. Let me just check here. Ba-ba-ba. Here's our friends, Steve and Mark. That was at Apple HQ. Let me see. Ecosystem. Oh, this is a nice one. Apple Park Visitor Center. This is in 2019. We were all there. I really missed not being there. I have hours and hours and hours of this stuff, behind the scenes kind of things. This was my iPhone 11, I think, because it would have been 2019. I think it was. She's giving out little pins to make sure you can get into Apple Campus. You have to have the official pin each year. And I think we're going to see a close-up of that here in a minute. You got it.
It's a magnetic lapel pin. There's two pieces of
Wow, magnetic. Every year you guys change.
Like to keep you on your toes.
There, exactly. Look at that. No, I was just retake. I didn't mean for you to film it. I didn't care. I just wanted you to hold it for me so I could use two hands with this high technology.
There we go. We got a tight shot of it. No, stay there. Stay there.
Okay.
Get that. There you go. I'm still rolling this time. Nice shot. I get credit now on the.
Absolutely. All my friends there at the Creative Summit from 2019. So every year they give you a different badge. They have usually different color apples or something. So when you walk in, they make sure that you're supposed to be in Apple Campus. That 2019 was a very strong magnet of the Apple logo, and they put it on your lapel. Have you seen an option to export the agenda in a calendar format? I have not. I have not seen that. Those were probably early air tags. There you go. All right, everyone. They're going to be starting in a half hour, so I certainly don't want to interfere with that. Once again, 2 recommendations. Get the VIP package for yourself. You don't have to get it right now. You can get it before the 11th because it goes up to $199 after the 11th. It's $149 now. It's $199 later this week. So you want to get it in the first couple of days so you can watch things at your leisure. You don't have to get up in the middle of the night. You don't have to worry about dinner. You don't have to worry about sleeping. You don't have to worry about working. You can watch everything except for the Apple event. Now, the Apple event, no matter what, you should be available for that. It's 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the U.S. on Friday. 45 minutes. It's only going to be live. You're not going to be able to watch a recording of that. The second thing is make sure you can log into this portal here. Make sure you can log into this because I had a few issues myself. If you click on the session, there is an, oh, here we go. If you click on a session, so let's click on this. There you go. Add to calendar. There's your answer to your question. Add to calendar. You can add it to your calendar right there, but it's only add one at a time, I believe. And that came from Joe Rylet. To click on the session, there's an add to calendar option. Excellent, Joe. Thank you for telling us that, so we know. All right, everyone. I think we're going to get over there. Make sure you can register. Make sure you can register. Sorry, if I go live, got it. If I go live, you'll be notified. I'll be going live during the conference, different times, between sessions, whatever. I'll probably definitely go live after the Apple thing, unless there's nothing to talk about. If there's nothing to talk about, I probably won't go live. You can hear me now. You guys are late with the comments. Thank you for notifying me, though. That's for sure. I had this mute button on. I switch it on, I switch it off. I switch it on, I switch it off. I have to keep track. So one of the things here, look at this. Let me just do this real quick. This is my screen. So here you can see my audio meters are right there. And if I don't pay attention to those, sometimes I mute the interface. And I'm not paying attention. I'm looking at the screen, looking at your comments, and I don't pay attention. But this is my screen. This is my MacBook Pro is here. Here's my MacBook Pro, but this is the entire screen that I have, real estate. So, thanks everyone for tuning in. Let me turn off live demo. There we go. Thanks everybody for tuning in. I sure appreciate it. I sure appreciate it. And like I said, subscribe over here, youtube.com, Richard Taylor TV. You'll be notified whenever I go live this entire week. I might go live just to chat. You guys can come on in and make comments. This is what I do this for the community to come in and comment on things. I may live. If there's any breaking news, of course, if 10.6.1 comes out, I'll come on live. I'll go in between the sessions so we don't interfere with the Final Cut Pro Summit. And I'll, during the week, but if you subscribe, you'll be notified. Ring the bell. You'll be notified when I go live. It'll be posted in the normal places on Twitter and stuff. Garrett says Final Cut Pro is life. It is for some of us, that's for sure. All right, everyone, I'm going to get out of here. The Creative Summit is 30 minutes. Starts in 30 minutes from now. Once again, when is the summit? 30 minutes. The summit is 30 minutes. Okay? 30 minutes you have. Get registered over here. Let me just check here. Here's the summit. Everything you need to know. FCP Global Summit. They're calling it the Global Summit this year. I just call it Final Cut Pro Summit every year. That's what it is to me. Sign up for free. Sign up for free. All right, everyone, I'm going to get on out of here. Torgrim, my friend, from the last summit. Bye, Richard. Thanks for keeping us updated as always. 30 minutes. The summit starts. I'll see you in some of the chats, the hallways, whatever the conversations are. You can message me. There's a place where you can message the, let me see where the heck that is. You can message over here. You can type a message in. There's my connections. There's home. And it's starting video. This will change at 11 o'clock to like live, join live or something like that. I'm not sure which. But anyway, thanks everybody for tuning in. 30 minutes. The Final Cut Pro Summit will be starting. It's free for the basic tier. I highly recommend getting the VIP package. It'll be well worth it. And tune in for Apple Day. Subscribe over here, Richard Taylor, youtube.com, Richard Taylor TV. To be notified when I go live. I'll be going live multiple times during this week. So you'll be notified. We'll be talking about things. If there's anything important going on or just to catch up, I might just pop on here just to catch up. You'll be notified when we go live. All right, everyone. Thanks. Enjoy the summit. I'll talk to you later. Thanks for tuning in.